Good morning, everyone. I always feel like Robin Williams when I say that, like, "Good morning, Vietnam." Um, so while I was doing my KonMariing, I came across a stack of vintage coloring books, and I thought you guys might want to take a little trip down memory lane with me, and we could flip through these and look at how things used to be drawn. I don't know. I think it's interesting. But you can tell this is an oldie because it is marked 29 cents. It's been a while since a coloring book was 29 cents, right? Also, I'm using this tripod. So I've been cleaning so well that I hid my own tripod from myself. So, well, I'm using one of these that kind of clips onto your table. So I'm going to try to be as steady as possible, but like the slightest movement and it jiggles. So I'll try to be careful. But yes, this one looks like it was by Vic Cantone. Can you see that? Vic Cantone. I don't know where this came from, you guys. I collect Wizard of Oz items, so people tend to give me things that pertain to that. I have like a couple sets of Wizard of Oz dolls. I have the Barbies, and then I have these little ones. They're about this big. They're made by somebody who makes like doll figures. I can't remember her name, but she put those out quite a few years ago, and I got the whole collection of those. And then my daughter-in-law has worked for McDonald's for years and years and years, since she was in high school. And McDonald's gave away little Wizard of Oz. They're so cute. They're like stubby little short, fat looking characters. And so she got me all of those when she was working there. And I keep those in my dollhouse. I have a dollhouse in my living room. I have 3 dollhouses, actually. 2 of them are in storage. Because they're not, I don't want, they're not the type of thing like kids should be playing in. But the dollhouse I keep in my living room, all the kids play in it. So those are where the one Wizard of Oz little plastic figures live. So yeah, whoever gave me this book, I don't know if they colored in it or who it belonged to, but it tells you the story there along the bottom. It's just like the way the faces are drawn and stuff. You could just tell like the time frame that it was made. So I'm thinking, did I find a year? Printed in Canada, it says. No, I'm thinking this looks like 60s to 70s to me, but if you have this or know anything about it, let me know. So yeah, I don't mind that the pages are all yellowed. I think that's kind of cool. So I can still color in this with some crayons. And when I was doing my cleaning, I gathered up all of my crayons in one spot, because when I want to do these videos for you guys of my, see, it sells silver shoes, but whoever colored it colored them red, because we all know them as red shoes, right, from the movie. When I do my coloring book supplies video, I want to make sure everything is kind of gathered up in one spot. So I could not believe how many crayons I had. I had to take some out and put them to donation because it was just ridiculous. And we donate all of our unwanted items to this battered women's shelter place, like down the road. It's like a halfway house place, and it's like an intake building. And then they distribute the stuff to families when they're in transition and they're moving into, a new place. So that's where all of our stuff goes. Okay, the next one I have is, I don't know if this one is, how vintage this one is, but it's Halloweeny, so I thought I would show it to you anyway. But, Charlie Brown Peanuts is vintage in the fact that we all, well, not we all, I should not say that, but some of us grew up watching this. Okay, it's not very vintage. It's 2010. So it's only 10 years old. This one might have been something that was my grandson's. I'm not sure. But it's so cute. I'm not into cutesy too much, but I love me some Snoopy. Oh my Lord. My first stuffed animal was a Snoopy doll, and they said I loved it to literal pieces to where it could not be saved. So I don't know where it went, but it's gone. But, well, yeah, I mean, it's a dog. I'm going to love it. But, you know, this could have been my grandson's. It's starting to look from... Oh, yep, here we go. My grandson wrote his name on there. He made this one in 2017, though. Oh, yep, look. Here's one I colored. It says, Mom, 2018, thinking of my Erica, the cheerleader princess. Every year for Halloween, my youngest wanted to be a cheerleader princess. So that is a combination of a princess costume and a cheerleader. She probably would still be that now, and she's 22. And my oldest always wanted to be a witch. Every year. Just different type of witch hat, different color, but always the same. And then my middle kid, my son, he always wanted to be something different, and he really goes all out on Halloween. He was due on Halloween, and he was born on the 29th, so we always had Halloween birthday themed parties for him. So ever since he's been a little guy, he's always really went all out with his costumes. They were always a surprise, and they're always really, really good. And usually he goes to Miami for their big Halloween celebration. But I guess he's still going to Miami this year, but I guess the whole Halloween parade thingy has been canceled, so that's kind of a bummer. But what are you going to do, right? Okay, I've got this one. This one says $2.95. So this one might not be too awfully old. And it's by Kappa, and we know that Kappa still makes books. And also it has that on there, so you know it has to be past a certain age to have that. Okay, this one says copyright 2006. So this one has some really cute, fun to color characters in here. And, you know, for those people who like this type of thing but hate the paper, if you have a printer, this would be so cute to print out on some really nice paper and color that up. I don't have a printer. I really should get one. We've been talking about it. I think my husband's afraid I'll print like everything. He's always going to have to be buying ink. And any more ink is almost as much as the printer, right? So, yep. But I am going to color some of these anyway in the book with some crayons when the grandkids come over. When it gets a little closer to Halloween, and sometimes we do a craft, but we'll have, you know, snacks, and just we'll be playing Goosebumps or something on DVD that they like to watch. Boy, this must be my littlest grandson that just decides to color one little thing on every page. Like, I'm just going to put green everywhere. How's that? Oh, that one's cute. So anyway, the weather, guess what? It's 81 degrees today. I can't believe it. Could not believe it. I hope you can see all right. I have the windows and everything open. Curtains, I mean. But the sun is like dipping in and dipping out. And I washed some clothes and have them hanging outside to dry because it's so nice. I'm trying to take advantage of every single last bit of sun. Aren't you guys, or not? Sometimes when it gets to September, people just seem to disappear off the street. Like in August, everyone's outside grilling and, you know, playing in the front lawn and stuff and have their dogs out. And then it's like turns to September and everyone's gone. I'm like, hey, wait, guys. We still have a few warm days. Oh, how cute is that? Yeah. I didn't know Frankenstein drank milk. Learn something new every day. So, yeah, this one is really cute. You know what I used this book for? When I was drawing stuff for Inktober one year, I used this book as to give me ideas how to draw monsters and stuff, because some of the prompts had to do with that. So, you know, if you come across these books for cheap, why not pick them up? You know, they're everywhere, thrift stores and and everywhere. And some of the images are so cute, even if the paper is awful. Okay, and the last one I want to show you guys. Oops, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I hit that with my chin. Last one I want to show you guys is like, was a big, huge find for me. I found this at the flea market. It was 33 cents. I don't know why someone would choose that price, but whatever. But here's another one that was 29 cents back in the day. The tag says Children's Palace. That used to be a toy store, I think. I'm not sure. But this is Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In. Yeah, you can see there's no UP thingy on the back, so you can tell it's old. But anyways, I saw this at the thrift store, and it's just like, whoa, nostalgia overload, because I grew up watching this. My grandparents would watch it, and so this is made by this Salfield Publishing Company in Akron, right here in Ohio. My grandparents would watch this show, and I, of course, was too little to understand the jokes or anything, but I just loved the vintage pictures in here. You remember Sakatumi and Goldie Hawn with her writing all over her? That must be her there. Yep, Sakatumi. Wow, the 70s were weird, weren't they? So yeah, somebody has done a lot of coloring in this one. Oh, I remember this guy. He was like super serious. We interrupt this, broadcast to bring you the latest. So what do you think, guys? Do you think I should hang on to my vintage coloring books, or should I KonMari them out of here? I think you know what I'm going to do, but I'm curious what you would do. Very interesting. I'm sure you younger people watching this are like, what in the heck is this woman talking about? Oh my gosh, Joanne Worley. I loved her. She was so funny and cute. This was a show kind of like Saturday Night Live. I guess back then they called them variety shows, right? Like Sonny and Cher and stuff, where they did, and Hee Haw, where they did a little bit of comedy and a little bit of like dancing or singing. It's one of the finest cultural shows on TV. I think everybody loved Artie Johnson, right? But yeah, it was a strange time in U.S. history, so some of the commentary here may not fit the times now, but this was then, so we are in memory lane, nostalgia land, and that's why I'm showing ya. Show me a man who has both feet on the ground, and I'll show you a man who can't take his pants off. This is very true. They'll go to your ankles, but that's as far as they'll go, right? Well, I think we're coming to the very end, and I want to thank everyone for watching and liking and subscribing if you feel so moved to do. And I will be back shortly with the next video of whatever that's going to be. You just don't know, because I'm in the middle of this weird cleaning thing. Who knows what I'll find? I will see you next time. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.